Good afternoon. Ken Jollo from BIS Commodities here in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Going to wrap up the week of November 14th on our grain trade. The week started out, seeing a continued recovery from the lows posted just before the USDA crop report a week ago. The short covering rally stemmed from numbers that probably were not as bearish as what the trade thought it could be coming out of the report. But also when you take a look at the numbers, and particularly the world supply numbers, they're not bullish numbers either. The short covering that we saw come through Monday and Tuesday and a part of Wednesday, I think there by midweek that we kind of switched gears to a point to where the general discussion in the trade was more talking about the demand side of things now that the supply issue is better defined naturally than what it had been because of the government shutdown. The demand story looked quite positive as we moved through the week. We continue to see daily sales announcements of soybeans to China, soybeans into the unknown category, also soybean meal and oil, particularly the oil side of things, into unknown, and oil possibly to India. As we moved into the latter part of the week, and particularly here on Friday, with the government being closed Monday for Veterans Day, all our export sales numbers were held off and released this morning. And it appeared once we took a look at those that, the corn export sale, 1.2 million metric tons, very good, probably the top end of the particular range here for today. Soybean sales of just 850,000 metric tons were somewhat disappointing. Meal sales at 283,000 tons were in line, but I think the trade was wanting to see something in the bean side above 1 to 1.2 million metric tons. Not getting that number, and with the reaction of the trade here the last couple of days being unable to technically take the January beans above 320 and closing in there, spurred a sell-off that kind of snowballed as the day went on. As we moved through different moving averages, to close down here approximately 30 cents or greater in the front month of the soybean market. We also had an announcement here from the EPA at 1 o'clock on the ethanol proposal and reducing the amount of ethanol that is required to be made in the refined fuels law. Again, looking at that particular number, it's bearish to the corn number, but yet more of that will really depend as the year moves on. If the ethanol industry is profitable, they will continue to grind. So it's probably one of those that was a knee-jerk reaction, and with the snowball falling effect of the bean market here today, corn closed back down not far actually from where it was prior to the report of a week ago, and only about 6 cents off the low. So a week that started out kind of positive, ended kind of negative with the futures trade. The cash side of things here, and particularly talking about the western corn belt, and we're looking at corn, basis levels continue to be quite strong out through here, anywhere from 25 to 35 over the December. It seems the central part of the state, is where the better bids are here for right now. Taking a look at some of that, when you're getting posted premiums of that level, if you're in a position to be able to move some cash into the marketplace, probably warrants that at those prices. And we can discuss, at a later time, if you want to re-own it, using the futures and options. Soybean side of things, we've seen a little bit of a pullback in the bean basis out here from the meal plants. There's been a fair amount of beans that have moved into the cash channels, both in the processor level and the export level. So backed that off, plus it also backed off the spread slightly there. Moving into next week, I think we'll probably see more of this grinding type trade. One that's probably got more of a holiday mode to it, unfortunately. One that probably still continues to be somewhat range bound as we move towards the 1st of December. But we'll continue to focus on the demand side of things. We'll focus on the South American weather as we move forward. So, hey, with that, have a great weekend. See you next week.